Hi, gorgeous. Yay. Now, welcome, everyone. This is Marita. She is my good friend, and she started living the keto way of life a few months ago, and she is already down 50 plus pounds. Welcome, Marita. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Great, great.
Good.
So just go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about you and how you started keto and why you got started with keto.
Okay, so I started just about 4 months ago, and I've already lost 51 pounds. I am a mom of
Wow.
four. I'm really busy, and so I've been doing keto for a while, for about 3 months, and I do have PCOS, so I did it for health reasons. I had to get started. I had to make some changes, or I was going to be on a lot of medication.
So
So,
tell everyone who may not be familiar with PCOS exactly what it is and how you were affected by it.
PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I was affected in many ways, including infertility. I couldn't get pregnant for a very long time. Really bad hormonal issues like cramps and acne and hair loss and thinning as well. Also, excessive body hair growth. I experienced all
Oh,
of
wow.
those things. I
Wow,
experienced
I didn't know
all of
about the body hair growth. I was like,
Yeah,
ooh.
really bad acne,
Wow.
body acne all over, even on the face as well.
Wow.
Really bad symptoms, and I had to take 3 different medications for it, over 1,000 milligrams each. So,
Wow, that's really serious. And I know there are a lot of women out there that suffer with PCOS,
yeah,
and a lot of doctors are recommending keto to help with that. So
right,
how
my
have you
doctor did.
seen did your doctor recommend it? Awesome.
Yeah,
So what
really.
changes have you seen with it?
So the acne has went away completely. I don't have that anymore. My hair stopped falling out. So no longer falls out. No more cramps. I don't have any cramps anymore. Really bad cramps. No hair growth. No more hair growth. That's gone too. And I have had 2 children, of course. So that issue is definitely taken care of. But pregnancy actually makes PCOS symptoms worse. Um,
Oh, wow.
yeah, they make them triple. So after I had my last baby and I went to go see my endocrinologist, she said that I was going to be needed to be on medication because my glucose levels was super high. And PCOS makes you insulin resistant. So leading a ketogenic lifestyle is very, very important so that I won't spike those insulin spikes and glucose. So she recommended it. She was like, I think you should try a ketogenic lifestyle, maybe something low carb and I was like, I ain't listen. I was like, okay, maybe I might, months went by. She's like, well, your next appointment, I'm going to put you on all this medication and just be ready, and we have to go in and look at your ovaries and see if they have to maybe do some drilling because they do drilling
Oh,
on your ovaries sometimes to get the air to go through. Yeah, so but I
wow.
didn't make my next appointment. I was scared and I didn't want to have a whole bunch of medication again. So I waited and in the meantime I did the ketogenic diet in the meantime and I was like having all these results. I was like, let me make an appointment where now and see where I'm at, blood work wise, because that's really what I wanted to do it for. Blood work. I want to make sure I'm good insulin wise and everything. So when I went in, they had the prescription already written out for me. They was ready to give me all
Wow.
the medicine. They were ready. And then they said, they took the blood work and everything. They looked at me for a while and they was like, okay, what are you doing? Because you look different now. And I started telling
So
them and they were like, okay, you don't need to get on this medication no more, but we're going to double check just to see. And everything looked good. No medication.
Well, that is awesome. I'm so glad you didn't have to get on all that medication because, as we all know, once we start taking one medication, there's like a million other medications that are right behind it, and there's a million other things that that one medication could cause. So you're covering the symptoms for one problem, and then all of a sudden you have all of these other problems that you didn't have before. I know that was the case for me when they had me on those steroids. Baby, listen, those steroids made me go crazy. So it was like, okay, well, I feel better, but now I'm cuckoo. So
Right.
it really is a toss up. You know, the steroids were making me gain weight.
Yeah.
It was making my heart have all kinds of heart palpitations. So it was like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, it helped with me being able to walk.
Right.
However, now I have all these other issues. So I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you decided to do keto and not had to, and you didn't have to get on all of those medications.
Right. And another thing, another plus is I'm not hungry all the time. PCOS does make you hungry. It does make you crave things. And since starting a ketogenic diet, I'm not on that hunger roller coaster anymore. I'm not always hungry. I don't, and I'm full. So it ain't like I'm starving myself. I'm full. The food we get to eat is amazing. So I'm full.
Do you find that you forget to eat? Because I know with keto, sometimes it'll be like 5 or 6 o'clock, and I'll be
Yep.
like, "Did I eat today?" Because
Yep.
we eat so much fat, which sticks with us way longer
Yeah.
than those carbs. So
Yeah.
when you eat that fat, it makes you fuller. So
Right.
sometimes it'll be all day, and I'll realize that I haven't really had anything to eat, especially because I'm busy. I know you're busy
Yep.
with raising your children
Yeah, I'd be like,
and
wait a minute.
taking
Did I
care of
eat?
your
Wait a minute.
household.
Wait, what
But
time
at
is it?
least you have those kids as a reminder of when to eat. Because I don't have any kids, so I have no
Yeah.
reminder like, hey, I got to feed somebody, so let me also feed myself. So
Yeah.
yeah, I find that with keto, you forget.
Yeah, you do. You do. I'd be like, oh, let me eat something now. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I am starting to get a little bit hungry, but it's like, because I fast too, so I definitely understand. It just automatically
No,
happens.
it really truly does. Now, can you tell our viewers a little bit about your keto routine with having two young children? Because both of your children are like under 3,
My
right?
son is 5, and the
Okay.
youngest is 1. Then I
Okay.
have my
So
daughter.
two kids
My
under
stepdaughter. She's
5.
autistic, so I'm pretty busy.
Wow. So you have an autistic daughter and then you have two sons under 5. So how are you able to properly balance living keto and taking care of your kids? Because some people think keto is hard, but we really want people to understand that it's so simple and anyone could do it no matter what you have on your plate. So tell us a little bit how you schedule around your children and how you still are able to make keto-friendly meals and still able to, really live your life in a way that's productive for everyone involved.
Right. Well, I want my kids to eat healthy too, and eventually maybe keto, but they still eat very healthy. That don't no nothing sugary, nothing crazy don't come in my house. I had to make a complete change for myself and them as well, and try to figure out what keto friendly foods they like I can make, like grilled cheese or on a low carb tortilla wrap or something, or make keto pancakes. They love those. They don't know the difference, until I tell them, hey, this got this in it, and they like, oh, they get excited, and when they taste it, they're like, they don't know. So I wake up in the morning. I'm usually fasting, and I feed them right away, in the morning time. It's about to be school soon, but during the summertime, I would feed them, and then they would have like some keto pancakes or some meat and cheese, or they have little grains here and there. And I'm not interested in any of that anyway. But they love it. My son gets excited. I got so many videos of him yelling keto friendly around his house.
Aww. How cute is that? And it is so easy to just adapt your whole family. And I feel like more families should have their children grow up that way where we don't have that food pyramid completely upside down. Like when we
Right?
look at our food pyramid, they're telling us to have a little bit of fat and a whole lot of grains, like that whole bottom row is like carbs.
Yeah.
And it's like
And then
causing
my
obesity.
son had bowel problems before. So now that my house is more keto friendly, he don't have that problem anymore because he eats a lot of fat, and he don't eat a lot of grains, so he's not, compacted or anything anymore like he used to be. And he don't even eat bread and stuff like that anymore. He's looking at me like, "What's that? And what's that on your plate?" And they just get so
Aww.
excited. And it makes me excited to want to go discover more recipes for them. So, so that they can see that they can eat all the foods they love, but in a better way and more tastier anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because what I found is there's nothing that we can't have. So when people think about keto, they think of it as restrictive, but I've
Yeah.
found that there's nothing that we cannot make keto friendly, whether it's bread. There's tons of recipes out there for keto bread, like you were talking about keto pancakes, keto cookies, keto brownies,
Yep.
whatever you love to eat, there's a keto recipe
There's a
for
cute.
it. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
So there's so many ways that you can still incorporate those things into your life. And now that I have reached my goal weight, I eat avocado toast almost every day, but I eat it on sprout bread, which
Right.
has half of the carbs as
Oh,
regular bread.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like 10
Yeah.
grams of carbs a slice.
It's
So
a
I'm still getting it in
lifestyle.
there.
It's a
It
lifestyle,
really, truly is.
and you really, really lose interest in a lot of other things. So it's not a part of your everyday thing. So when you do get to enjoy those things, it's more enjoyable because you don't do it. You don't do it on a regular basis, and it's just amazing. So,
Exactly. And one thing that people need to understand as well is with keto, we have a certain amount of macros, is what we call it, macronutrients to make sure you stay in ketosis. So with those macros, with strict keto, it's 20 grams of carbs per day. Now that's your net carbs, so it's really more than 20. So your
yeah.
net carbs. And then if you're doing keto that isn't as strict, like I'm not doing strict keto anymore with 20 or less, I'm now doing 50 because
Mhm.
I've reached my goal weight.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to continuously lose. But what people don't understand is there's nothing that you really can't have as long as it fits into your macros. Like,
Right.
so you really just have to plan your day around it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
now with
Right.
having three children, do you do a lot of meal prep or do you just cook every day as the days come?
Listen, I don't have time. We moms, we moms. I don't have time. I make it easy. I don't always do fresh vegetables. I might do some steamable vegetables, but I do get them in throughout my day. That's very, very important. A lot of people think we eat a lot of fat and just eat fat all day, but we eat our greens. We make sure we get those in, and they're usually steamable. And I don't know. I'm a dump and go girl. I gotta get up. I gotta get moving. I gotta make their food. So a lot of times it's either something quick. I might make a batch of cauliflower rice in my refrigerator. I make batches of stuff so I can just grab it and dump it. So I'll make a batch of ground
Yeah.
beef or keep some boiled eggs in the refrigerator or whatever. And when I feel like maybe making something special, it'll be maybe for dinner or for lunch or something that day because I feel like it. But most of the time it's just dump and go and warm it up, eat it, maybe dump it in the skillet if I got time to saute it up real quick. Make it look good.
Look, I'm a dumping girl as well. I don't have any kids, but I truly dislike cooking.
Yep.
So the easier for me, the better. All of my vegetables are pretty much steamable. But however, I did find that my taste buds have changed a lot. Like before, I would never have been a girl to go in the refrigerator and get some celery or some raw broccoli and just pop it in my mouth. Now I do that all the time.
Yep.
Like I love raw broccoli whereas before I would have had to put the butter and the cheese and everything on top of it to not even think about eating the broccoli. So
Yeah.
I find that your taste buds do change, but I definitely do lazy keto. I'm not that girl. I post a lot of recipes, but a lot of those recipes are too time consuming for me. So for me,
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, I want something that I can just pop in the microwave or something
Right.
that I
And
can
I'll
cook
try
in
those things on the
or less.
weekend. If I get time on the weekend, I might try it out. If I got that time in the morning, I'm like, hey, let me try this out because they're there to do. But most of the time, I have it already made. Just grab it, dump it, and go. I got it done.
Yeah,
And I might, a lot of stuff that is fresh, like asparagus, you could just saute that up and throw it on a plate, you know, really quick, really simple. Nothing hard about it at all. People are like, I didn't get time to meal
absolutely.
prep. I don't have time. Yeah.
That's how I feel. So one of the things that helped me get started on my ketogenic journey was the keto shake. And the keto shake makes sure it has all the proper macronutrients. So it's 75% fat. It has the 20% protein. It has the 5% carbs. And I know that you just came on board as a keto ambassador, so your shake is on the way.
Yep.
But let me help you get excited about it for
I'm
those mornings
excited.
when you're getting the kids off to school, for those mornings where you're rushing.
Shake it
You
up
can
and
just have
go.
your keto shake and go.
Yep, I said oh no,
Oh,
I need that. I need my little shake that I can just have in the morning. Or if I'm making my coffee, my keto coffee, I can just put that in there, in the morning if I just want to, whenever I break my fast anyway. Because I do fast Monday through Friday. I don't fast on the weekends. And I don't fast during our menstruals, so of course. But when I do, I have that first, maybe a coffee or a tea, a keto coffee or black tea, sometimes decaffeinated.
I'm not a coffee drinker. However, all
I
of
wasn't,
my
yeah,
friends who also, you weren't either.
I wasn't either
All of my
until
friends who
keto. Then I
do
was like
keto.
drinking it. It was the quickest thing I could drink in a morning. Something that gave me
Mm-mm.
my fast
I
for the day, but I don't
don't
even do it now like I used to. And I drink tea because I'm caffeine sensitive. So I drink like decaffeinated or black tea or something like that. I don't even, and that's just a ritual thing in the morning just to be sipping something because I don't be
know.
hungry. I don't be hungry. We don't be hungry. So
Yeah.
I'm like, let me sip on something because I don't really want a meal yet. So
Yes.
it's
And
pretty
a lot of
excited
people
about the
that
shake.
are doing keto are that do drink coffee, they say when they put the shake inside of the coffee and just shake up the coffee or stir up the coffee, that it tastes like a frappuccino. So yeah, there's so many different things that you can do with it. And it's not just for breakfast. It's a meal replacement shake. You can have it for dinner, you can have it for lunch, or it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I get off of
Um,
work late, so that's gonna help. When I'm
it
at
will
work,
help.
people are gonna be like, "Yeah, I work at the gym," so I'm like, "All right, guys, let me drink up real quick before it gets too late, or whatever before I leave, and then I ain't got to worry about doing nothing when I get home, or worried about sitting down at work because I'm lifting weights and everything else. So I can't sit down and eat a meal. Let me drink it."
I know that's right. So we have a couple of questions. I see that we have a question that was asked, how long do you fast? And I know for me, I do intermittent fasting as well, but simply I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing until I was like, oh, that's what it is. I don't eat anyway because I wake up very not hungry. So
Yeah.
for me, I usually do not eat anything from about 10 p.m. till about noon, some days one or two. So how long do you fast?
Um, the same, about the same. I don't have my first meal till about 1 or 2 o'clock. I started off not having my first meal until 10 a.m. Because it was new to me. But then I just started getting so full that I realized, wait a minute, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock, so I was pushing it to 2, and that's probably the latest time that I do eat a meal. I eat my first meal 1, 2 o'clock every time.
Yes, and it's so easy to do. People think that it's hard, but I feel as though that really helps, especially if you find yourself stalling on the keto diet.
Yeah,
Try that intermittent fasting because it really will help a lot.
and
So
it helps you get on
if you
track.
find yourself, say that again.
I said it helps you get back on track when you fall off
It really does.
or whatever. You might feel like bloated or whatever. The next day you do that fasting, it's just gone. It's gone. You be fasted, you just feel better. It really makes you feel good. It really does, and it helps speed up that process of fat loss as well.
Absolutely. So, what do you have any closing words for everyone that's watching? Like, what are your keto tips and tricks? Anything that you want to share with the viewers to complete our interview?
Well, I seen we had a question. I was looking. Guys, if you're thinking about doing keto at all, just start. I procrastinated for months and didn't do it. I didn't. I just kept researching and researching, and I'm like, no, because it was the opposite of what I knew before. And I just was like, yeah, right, I'm not doing that. I'm not eating a bunch of fat. But guys, just dive in, do a little bit of research, ask questions to anybody you know that's doing it, and just start. Go in that kitchen, get rid of non-keto friendly stuff, get some keto friendly snacks, meals, food, and just start. Just start. Start there. Eat 3 meals a day and a snack if you need it, and just start there. You
That's
will
great
see
advice.
results.
Just start.
You will
Just
see
start. Like
results.
some people think about it for so long, and then after you think about it for six, like there have been people that have been watching me live this keto lifestyle since I started last March, and they've asked me questions every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, and I look back. And they will still be asking me questions today. And the first question that they asked was over a year ago. And
Yeah.
it's like they see that now I'm down 90 pounds and 10 clothing sizes, And
I
it's like,
lost
just start.
24 pounds. Right. I lost 24 pounds in my first 6 weeks. I lost that quick.
Wow.
So without even realizing it. And then I was like, wow, wait a minute. Yeah, so it does happen. I honestly didn't think I was going to lose 51 pounds this fast. I was like, all right, I'm going to start keto, and in 6 months, I'm going to lose 50 pounds or whatever. But it's only been 4 months, and I lost 51 so far. So,
Yes.
yeah. And I,
So a lot of people have been reaching out to me wanting to lose a certain amount of weight before we ring in the new year. And myself, I'm here to tell you, I know Marita can tell you that if you make the decision today to start living that ketogenic way of life, by the time we say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, your life can look completely different. Whether your goal is 25 pounds, which I lost in the first month, she lost in the first 6 weeks, or if it's 50 pounds, which she's lost in 4 months. So we have September, October, November, December. Just imagine if you were 50 to 100 pounds down by the time we said Happy New Year. How much happier would that new year be for you? So we're just encouraging everyone to make that one decision to start today. Get your health in check today. And we want everybody to know that we can help you get started. Get back to whoever invited you to this live stream event and let them know, hey, I'm ready to get started and I want to get started today. And whoever invited you, we will help you get started. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you so much, Marita, for being my second interview of the day. I appreciate you.